in this one. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the UCLA Bruins offense will have the first crack at it in this one. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows to have success in this game against this defense is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances come their way.
Well, and I think that's what's good about this offense. There's strength in numbers. It's not just one guy that you can take away. There's several receivers that can make plays. That stresses the defense. Like, find the weakness, go after him. That guy can win. So it'll be a fun individual matchup.
Grab near the marker. It's Robinson. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. To the air. It's Iamaleava. Makes the grab. Finds his way up just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
The Bruins can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the big fella. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Bruins are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Finds his big tight end. The quick feet, the acceleration, the vision, and he works his way to the 44. The Bruins in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Gonna run it. It's Thomas. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line for the 8th snap on this opening drive, facing a 3rd and short.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Allard. Oh, he makes the catch.
For an offense, slant routes against man coverage are really a rhythm throw. You take your steps, you get the ball out, it's got to be in a good location. Quarterback and receiver on the same page there.
Grabbed over the middle, it's Pena. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Hard running there. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. The Nittany Lions will have it 1st and 10. The give on the option. Oh, he's got some space.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, miss the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
And you want to talk about gang tackling, everybody on the defense run to the ball. The Nittany Lions come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down fourth down, trying to find his man. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Looking for space. It's Singleton. What tremendous vision to find the crease and explode through it. He's down to the 31. They'll go to the ground, finding open areas. He'll go out of bounds, but a solid pickup on the run. The Nittany Lions pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Fights off the defender. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. This crowd busting the decibel meter and trying to will a fourth down stop. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it! They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, to heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that fourth down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
And the Nittany Lions are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2. On 2nd and goal, he carries again. And this defense is defending its goal line. Back-to-back stops right in the shadow of their own goalpost. Quick pass on the jet motion. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The kicker looks a little disappointed. He'll not come into the game. They'll go for it on 4th and goal from the 4. Dropping back, it's Allard. Rushes on him. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
That's just a play the quarterback can't make. 4th down, down by the goal line. That ball's got to find its way in the end zone somehow, some way. You simply cannot take a sack. I know it's difficult. The defense is bearing down on you, but you've got to be able to negotiate that throw and at least give somebody a chance in the end zone.
From the gun, the ground game. Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Quarterback on the keeper. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And after that last run, we'll see if they keep it on the ground on 3rd. From the gun, wants to pass. Picked off. What a play to set him up. No good place for a turnover, but this one is particularly bad, and they've got it at the 20-yard line.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got it.
Fires toward the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. Handoff from the shotgun. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. 3rd down, red zone play, crowd alive. He's got it and still on his feet. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's third. Touchdown, Penn State! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And this quarterback really does a great job of seeing the defense and seeing what kind of coverage they're in. And I think when this offense goes empty and they spread the defense out, it just makes it so much more simple for the QB to see what the defense is doing pre-snap.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He breaks a tackle. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19, give him 1. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. The short hands, it's Matthews. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. And the Bruins come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. To throw, it's Iamaleava. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Thomas. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Wants to throw again. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll send the tight end in motion. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Got a man, it's Singleton. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Grab near the sticks, it's Ross. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Singleton. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. 2nd down coming up. Looking to throw, it's Aller. Great catch along the sidelines, but the object is to go forward. Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Reynolds. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the ground, it's Singleton. He'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Trying play action. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Grabbed behind the line. It's Singleton. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Pasadena. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in college football heaven, the Rose Bowl.
Let's see what he can do with the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The Nittany Lions with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. It's caught downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field, I would love for the refs to call those more often. It's a cheating play, basically, running these RPOs. So hard to stop. Nice execution by the offense, but probably cheating too.
A strike downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Offense threatening, 1st and 10 from the 31. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Wide open spaces. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Wow, 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
They're going to ride this running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Out of the gun to give to the back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. 3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. Snags it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Pushes toward the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They put together an 81-yard drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They're going to run it to the right. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24. The Bruins can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. Finds a soft spot in the middle. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Quick completion on the out. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Behind the chains now on second and long. He'll do it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Fires to the tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. And the Bruins are flying down the field. Off play action on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to run it. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Here's a heat. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the third downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on 1st and 2nd or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Flips it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. The Bruins will line up to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking for space, it's Singleton. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Nittany Lions come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll try to run for it. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Kick is in the air. Cradles it at the 35. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Quick release by the QB. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Iamaleava. Quick strike complete. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. And the Bruins come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Snagged out of the air. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive. And that's a live ball behind the line. He picks it up, still on his feet. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
The Bruins have a lot of options on second and inches. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the fourth quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
He'll throw on third down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, the gamble pays off offensively. Fourth down, being aggressive, and they throw for it.
He's loose. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
And this offense has not had much to cheer about. There's something right there. Let's see if they can string a couple of plays together. Listen, this game's probably over, but this offense has got to find some kind of a rhythm, something they can hang their hat on so that moving forward, this offense has an identity.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the fifth sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
Looking to pass. It's Iamaleava. Gets it out fast. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he's got it inside the 35. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. And with things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook, the old kneel down from victory formation.